stylish player, great balance. What a tremendous amount of talent on the Crusher team. I keep saying that, but it's such an obvious thing. It's hard not to repeat it.
And, of course, a lot of experience in this national team challenge for Kelley's Pro Shop of Omaha, Nebraska. Their third try at winning it all.
Kelley's bowled well in the first match to beat Budweiser, but Budweiser had a string there in the third, fourth, and fifth frame of the second game of that match, which really cost them the chance to go on and meet Crusher. And when they had that string of opens, third, fourth, and fifth frame, they opened, they chopped the 6 off the 10 twice in that string of opens, and that was really the difference in the match. So Kelley's really didn't bowl that well to win the match. Budweiser's kind of gave it to him in that little area of opens, and there you see what happens when you get a little bit careless. You get the ball out toward the edge of the lane, and there is a lot of dressing out there, oil. The ball gets in that area and skids off into the channel.
Here's Vito Buenrostro again. Oh.
Now, he rolled that ball well, Jay. Yeah. He thought he had made a great shot there. You could see him almost running it out. He almost got on his knee. When Joe gets on his knee, he thinks he's got a strike. And he started down on that knee when the ball was halfway down the lane. And he almost got the 410, but it could have been a strike. It could have been either way.
This is the youngest player to be elected to the Texas and San Antonio Bowling Hall of Fame. Joe Vito, as he is known. Well, some other finishers. Wilson Road Bowl in Humble, Texas in 7th place. The 300 Bowl in Conroe, Texas finished 6th. Omaha Lancers from Omaha, Nebraska. Ultimate Weapons from Fort Worth. And we'll return. Ebonite Crusher leading by 22. Jay Watts had struck. Here's Chad Murphy just moments ago.
Now look at the power in this ball. That's the head pin. Comes all the way across, knocks out the 10 with a pin running interference over there.
Ebonite Crusher up 22 over Kelley's Pro Shop. Pearson. And he's had a little trouble all of a sudden. Leaves the 2-4-7.
And he acted like he had a little problem with the approach there. Maybe he couldn't get a good slide there, Jay. But when you can't slide, the tendency is to pull the ball, and if you pull it, you're going to usually end up with a lot of problems. And he left only of course, the 2, the 6, and the 7, which is not that difficult to spare for a left-hander.
Yeah, I said 2-4-7, didn't it?
It is a 2-4-7.
Well, I was.
What did I say?
2-6-7.
Oh.
I normally would never question you on that. Danny Broadway.
Great game here. A lot of heavy roll on the ball. Danny has 2 things going for him in this game of bowling that are very important. He can roll the ball he can get a very strong roll on the ball, and the other is that he can hit what he's looking at with good ball speed. That combination makes you a tough player. He's waiting to get his spare ball out here. He'll go to a ball that is shiny and smooth, that doesn't hook, throw it hard and straight.
Reminder again, our next stop, and the full field is already set there. The new Frontier Lanes in Tacoma, Washington, March 13th and 14th. After that, we're in Atlanta, the Brunswick Peachtree Lanes, and only 10 spots remain there for that action on April 9th and 10th. Tom Kelley Jr. And he has really done an excellent job as the anchor man for Kelley's up to now. He continues his fine play.
He does, and he is really pumped. Watch the ball speed, tremendous rotation, and this ball, believe me, is getting down there in a hurry. And when you throw it that hard, you better have some revolutions on it or it won't get back to the pocket. It almost came back too hard. You could see the last pin out was the 8 pin, and that means the ball is really finishing hard in the pin deck area.
And got away from him just a little bit.
Well, if you get it down early, set it on the lane a little bit before you want to, it's going to grip the lane and hook, and that's exactly what happened. He was trying to throw it even harder, I think, Jay, and Sometimes you get a little bit out of time when you do that, and the ball comes off your hand a little quickly. A little quicker, I should say. A little quickly. That wasn't too good.
All right. Score of 174. Once again, we look at talented Chris Barnes. This young man has a lot of competitive fire. Earl and I are well aware of that.
Yes,
He
we are.
doesn't back down to anybody.
He's got a chance to put his team in about a 30-pin lead here if he can get a couple of strikes in the 10th frame.
Be there.
The 10 is standing.
Really good execution on the part of Chris Barnes. Here's a look at it. Again, right inside the second arrow, but look at the rotation on the ball and tremendous ball speed. Just not enough quite to get out the 10-pin. And that's what you call the flat 10. And you can see the disappointment on his face. And, of course, his teammates on the bench were really pulling hard for that one. But still, with the spare. Enough to give him about a 20-pin lead, Jay, going into the second game of this 2-game total pin match.
This young man has great aspirations, trying to become a star on the PBA Tour down the road.
He has the ability. He's smart. He has a lot of confidence in his ability, Jay, and that's very important when you're bowling against the best players in the world.
195 to 174. Ebonite Crush R up by 21. More after this.